All right, we are all fired up. We are ready to go. Ant-Man Moto on the V85 Strada. We have a little warm weather going on right now in the Atlanta area, and as I often do when I get home from my work day, I like to go for a spin out into the country. And this is my normal routine. A lot of people come home and go for a jog. They come home or they might work out, or they might stop by the bar on the way home, or when I get home, I go riding. Got a nice little route that I like to go to. I'm cutting those holly bushes down right there. You see that? That's just the beginning. Those big bushes are going to be gone in about a week, and I'm going to do it myself. I'm not paying nobody thousands of dollars to do something I can do myself. And I'm probably going to cut the branches down into small pieces, and I'm going to haul them by nightfall right across the street into these woods right here. This is an empty lot, and it's not like I'm polluting or illegal dumping. It's branches and stuff, branches and leaves, right? That should be legal. Anyway, so yeah, I came back on here. I made a video just the other day about why I switched from the MT09 to this V85 Strada. It was not expected that I would be switching to a V85 Strada. It was not in my plans to do that. Like I explained, I had just purchased the MT09 SP from my boy at Mountain Motorsports, the same place I bought my Tuono. But I really wanted to just say on here that, you know, to the MT09 community, that bike is fire. You know, I got a couple of comments where people are like, well, damn, Dean, you know, you're just like throwing the MT09 under the bus. And I'm not throwing the MT09 under the bus. I love the MT09. It was a really good bike, and it was really fun. And if I didn't have the Tuono, I would probably, you know, have kept the MT09. No shade to the MT09 community. A lot of the guys that I've been riding with lately have MT09s. That bike is very popular, and I'm very conscious of that, and don't mean any disrespect to the MT09 community, because the bike is great. It's fast, it's fun. It's got a killer little triple. That little CP3 motor, and the sound it makes is really nice, especially once you flash it and put a pipe on it. You really have to put a pipe on the MT09 to feel what it's really got, and it needs a flash. That's the other thing. You have to flash the MT09 if you're going to ride it up in twisties, because there's a big flat spot at the bottom of second gear, and it sucks in the tight, twisty, technical mountain roads. You know, a lot of times you're in second gear, and when you get on the gas in second gear on a stock MT09, it's flat, and it's like you have to wait for it, you know, to kind of like build up, and by that time, you know, whoever you're following, they're gone. So in order to fix that, you've got to tune it, you've got to flash it. And with this bike, you don't have that. Like, this bike doesn't need any tuning for it to run well. Right out of the crate, this V85 has no flat spots at all. It makes 80 horsepower, and it makes 61 foot-pounds of torque, or foot-pounds or pound-feet. I never know which one it is, but it makes 61 of torque. So this bike makes a tremendous amount of torque, and like, I'm in third gear right now, and up in the mountains, that's all you need really, is third and fourth gear. That's it. You know, it can pull you from a tight turn in third gear and just pull you out of that turn with all the juice you need. And then I also didn't give enough credit to my dealership Southeast Motorcycle in Douglasville, Georgia. They are a phenomenal dealership that we're lucky to have here. But I used to take my Aprilia to them when they were only in Savannah, and as of a couple of years ago they opened a shop here in Douglasville, which is west of Atlanta, and they just opened a shop up in Blairsville, which is going to be awesome this year. You will definitely see me up there doing a lot of videos, a lot of content, a lot of riding and tours with them and their bikes up there. It's going to be great, and I think they're going to do a brisk business up there because people are looking for a place to hang out up in the mountains that's bike related, and the spot they got is awesome. Like, there's room for music festivals there, and there's all kinds of restaurants and shops, and it's just awesome. So you will be seeing that later this year, but I didn't give them the credit they deserve. And you know, in my mind, it was an easy deal to work out, but I know in real life these things don't work as easily as you want them to in your mind. But when I tell you it worked easier in real life than I thought it was going to work in my mind. I just reached out to Coleman, who is head sales guy and merchandise guy there at inventory guy there at Southeast Motorcycle in Douglasville, and I told him what I was thinking about, and he sent me the link, and I filled out some information, and by the next day I was set to go. I just needed to bring the MT09 in there and sign some stuff and ride away on the Strada, and that's exactly what happened. I went in on Saturday morning. By Saturday around noon, 1 o'clock, I was the owner of the bike I'd been thinking about since October. You know, I can't praise those guys enough. They've treated me so well. They've taken good care of my Aprilia Tuono. They've taken excellent care of my friends when I refer them to them. They've got a killer service department, and they can get any part you need. And that was also another huge factor of me buying this bike. It's like, I've got a great dealership close by, but you don't honestly need a MotoGuzzi dealer near you because this bike is super easy to work on. As a matter of fact, case in point, my break-in service is coming in about 325 more miles. I will be ready for the break-in service. I ordered all the parts, gaskets, and oils that I need to do it, and I'm going to do the 900-mile break-in service myself. You know, they didn't sell me the bike with the hopes that I would be dependent on them for service, but they are there if I need them. But this bike is pretty darn easy to maintain and pretty easy to check valves. So my 900-mile break-in service, I'm going to do it myself here in a couple of more weeks. All this stuff is on order. I've also found a set of tires that I think is going to work well. I just know that I favor Pirelli tires, so I found a set of Pirelli Angel GTs to fit this. The 110/80 for the front, and then the 150/70 for the rear. And you know, it's hard to find the other kind of tires in that size. Like, I really want the Rosso Corsa 4s for this bike, but they don't make them in that size. Another guy I was talking to this weekend said, you know, you could put 19-inch wheels on the bike, and then you'll be able to buy all the cool tires. You just got to change the rim size. I'm not going to do that. I told you, I'm not changing anything on this bike. I'm going to do my best to make it work with how it's outfitted from the factory. I did order the engine protection that I said I was going to order. It's just a bar that connects from the front around to the back here, and it covers the engine, these engine cases, so in the event of a fall, you won't destroy your valve covers. I did buy a skid plate, a black skid plate that I'm going to put on the bottom. That will just cover the front of the engine, because the Strada is the only one that does not come with a skid plate. The TT and the Travel both come with a skid plate, And so I had to buy one for this, but it was an off-brand in black, and it was only like $100. So it's on its way. The crash protection's on their way. The break-in gaskets, crush washers, and oil is on its way, and the tires are on their way. And so after this is broken in and 300 something more miles, I'm going to put all that stuff on, and then I'm just going to enjoy the hell out of this bike and just ride it and put miles on it and have a ball. Come in Southeast Motorcycle. If you have an Aprilia or MotoGuzzi fetish like I do, they are in Atlanta, they are in Savannah, and they are also in Blairsville, and they rock, man. They rock. You know, shout out to the MT09 community, because that bike, it does not suck, and I did not mean to imply that. It just did not connect with me in the way I was hoping, and unexpectedly, a damn MotoGuzzi did. Who really thinks about owning a MotoGuzzi besides, you know, very unique people? Like, I'm kind of a run-of-the-mill person, but this MotoGuzzi is just the shit, man. It's just an excellent machine. It feels like it's just a bike I'm supposed to be on. And who knew? It was not in the plans. So I doubt that I'll be switching bikes anymore. I've got my Tuono all pimped out, and I am now going to be doing some minor changes to this one to make it mine. And then that's it, man. We're just going to ride, film, have some adventures, and, you know, hopefully keep you entertained. So thanks again for tuning in to Ant-Man Moto. Like, subscribe, tell a Moto buddy, tell a MotoGuzzi fan. Newest recruit, Ant-Man Moto, is a big cheerleader for MotoGuzzi. I think they're brilliant machines, and I'm sorry it took me so long to discover them, but I'm glad I did. Better late than never. See you on the next one, and remember, take care of each other, but more importantly, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.